from one of our guys, Luca, to another one of our guys, Jude Law.
Oh
Not
yeah.
not not Sex Pope though. We're talking HBO, but we're not talking the new Pope. Um, we are talking the third day, which boy, you want to talk about like a sense of like ambiguity you mentioned in the last one. I think this is maybe a little bit less ambiguous in terms of direction, but in terms of weirdness, I think these two shows kind of go toe to toe because I finished the first episode of the third day and I felt like I needed to like take a bath. I needed to like write a book about this. There's so much that goes on in this episode, and I'm feeling a little bit lost, Dave. How are you feeling after the first episode? Do you know where we're going?
Yeah, so We Are Who We Are feels familiar from a directorial standpoint with the vibes,
Yes.
right? The third day, in which the first scene, uh, Jude Law says, "We are where we are." Thought that was funny. Uh, the third day feels familiar for its like setting and trappings and mysterious nature. A lot of this reminded me of other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess in a similar vein, my sense of confusion to the direction and where we're going with this journey, that also felt familiar. So I think if there's something I would latch onto right now, it's probably Jude Law's acting, which is kind of the reason I'm here in the first place, right? But yeah, I mean, I got some Midsommar vibes. You know, Wicker
Yeah.
Man is a common comparison people are making as well. So it's like I can already kind of guess what might happen, but we're on what mysterious island. Lead protagonist doesn't know what's happening. The people he encounters keeping their cards close to their chest. Okay, we know what this is like.
Yep. Yeah. No, that's a good point. I think if you were the ones you mentioned, the Wicker Man, Midsommar, are good comparisons for this because Jude Law, by uh, every everything we can gather, seems to be a figure within this world. It looks like set in what, Britain, or I guess on like an
Yeah,
island
it's in
off the coast.
Essex,
Um,
England, east of London.
and he's this figure who is basically like it seems like pretty controversial, maybe not so liked by the public. Is experiencing some sort of crisis where he's being robbed at the beginning of this via remote wherever he was. 40,000 pounds have been taken from him.
Yeah, from his like office
His
or wherever.
Yeah, and he is wandering through the woods and sees a little girl hang herself. Which you gotta say, if they wanted to get my attention, seeing this girl attempt to hang herself definitely woke me up, tuned me in. Uh, Quite startling and off-putting for sure. I'm glad she survived, but kind of leads Jude Law to bring her home, and now is kind of stuck at this inn on this island where people are not such fans of him, or some people are. We don't really know
Yeah.
why, though. That's the thing. I'm very intrigued about that. I just want to know why they don't like him. I don't know if we'll find that out right away, though. Seems like we're probably going to wait on that.
Yeah, and right. So I mean, we don't know a whole lot through one episode, but what we do know is that this 6 episode limited series is broken up into two distinct parts, two distinct stories on this Osea island. This first half is called Summer with Jude, of course, and then we're gonna get 3 more episodes with Naomi Harris as the lead protagonist called
Oh
Winter,
yeah.
and then after this is done, apparently there's a seventh pseudo episode, which is like a live experience stream thing. It's kind of unclear what exactly it is. It's not a traditional episode of TV, so that's interesting. But yeah, I mean, through one episode, I was kind of thinking, I was like, this doesn't seem as straightforward narrative wise as like The Outsider was, you
Mm-hmm.
know, 7 months ago. But the vibes are still familiar, and I don't know if that's enough. I'm gonna finish it, but like it was just kind of weird to like have that moment. Like we're in the bar, right, and like the whole town's getting fucked up, and Jude's like, okay, cool, I'll do this too. Yeah, I still didn't really know what was going on, right? So yeah, I just got to see more. Don't
Yeah.
know what else to say.
If we finish, I know this much is true. we're going to finish
Mm.
this. You know, like
That's
it's a lot more
that was
interesting.
self-flagellation. This isn't that.
People really did not like us saying that either. You know, I think what I'm most like taken by in all of this is just like the way that it almost like made me feel off kilter, almost like it was like I couldn't get a grasp of where things were in the show, and I think
Yes.
that's supposed to like mimic that experience that Jude
Disorienting.
Law's, yeah, that disorientation, good word. So, I do think that's good, and I'm intrigued by like the structure of it, like you mentioned. So, lot to be intrigued by. I don't know if it's good yet, but a lot to be intrigued
Right.
by for sure.
One last note: we got no boats on this island. You only can drive on the causeway. Like, there's no boats. Like,
Yeah.
did I miss a line or something? Like, Jude can't just get a boat and get home. Like, what the hell?
Also, apparently, no phone service after a while, which
They at
cell
least tried to
phones
explain that with the
don't
guys,
exist.
fixing the lines and stuff. But it's fun. This is a real island, this with the tides
Crazy.
and stuff. Osea Island, so has a very nice website. I always link to. Looks pretty pleasant, but I don't think Jude's gonna have a pleasant time in the show.
I don't think so either.